He says any God who is all-powerful and also all-loving couldn't possibly exist, because no all-powerful and all-loving God could have ever allowed so much pain and suffering and injustice in the world.
That's what Neil deGrasse Tyson says is his reason for being an atheist?
Yeah, that's why he's an atheist. He doesn't believe in any God that he's ever had explained to him. The definition of this God has been an all-loving and all-powerful God. And he was all-powerful. Means he'd be powerful enough to stop all evil and suffering in the world. But then he looks at the world around him and sees so much evil, injustice, pain, suffering, and so many conditions in the world that kill us. Tornadoes and volcanoes and so on and so forth. Why would any God have created a world like that? And that's why he is a proponent of the multiverse. Now, I have never presented my findings to him. I hope that someday they reach him. But I doubt they'd make any difference, because there is no amount of evidence ever available for anything to convince someone of something that they are unwilling to believe. Most people who are non-believers are non-believers because with great knowledge comes great responsibility. And most people want to live their life as they choose, and if they are convinced that there is a God, that would either bring upon them great guilt or cause them to change their life. And it's easier just to say there's no God.
It seems like a lot of people are atheists, not because of a lack of evidence that this is such a miraculous planet that we live on, and the whole act of life is such a miracle that it ever happened. But it seems like a lot of people are atheists because of that hang up they have around why would a God who's any good allow evil in the world? And I know we discussed that on another phone call a couple days ago, but if you had 1 minute with Neil deGrasse Tyson, how would you answer that question for him?
Why does God allow evil? I could argue philosophically why God allows evil. I think we discussed those philosophical reasons before. And God allows everyone free will, but also builds character by having to live through difficult times, a lot of suffering. That builds character, builds empathy for others. Nothing bad ever happened to us. We have a hard time feeling for others who have to endure bad things. So there's many reasons that God allows bad things to happen. I think it's very shallow of Neil deGrasse Tyson, any atheist, to not be able to see that maybe God has reasons to allow things, but also if he's allowing them only for a brief period of time, relatively brief, a day to God is as 1,000 years, the Bible says. And any period of time on earth, it's a brief period of time compared to eternity. So in the future, we can look back and say God did allow the human race to do things their own way, allowed everyone to do whatever they wanted, including hurting others. And how'd that work out? Didn't work out. So being able to establish that God's ways are best, I think for all eternity, it will prove to have been a good idea. No one in the future will ever be able to say, we could do it better.
Hey, if you're enjoying these conversations and want to go even deeper, my dad's book, Signs in the Sun, Moon, and Stars, is linked in the description. It's his life's work, full of the same ideas and research that we talk about here, and so much more. This book includes things that you won't find on YouTube, like maps to many of the Bible's most historic places, explanations behind the Bible's biggest mysteries, and even celestial clues that connect history, science, astronomy, and theology. This whole project means a lot to me. My dad is now in his 70s, and I'd love to see him enjoy some success from the work that he's poured his heart into. If you're searching for the truth or just want to see how all of this fits together, please consider downloading my dad's book at the link below this video in the description.